it's TxStampin Sharon. Today we're going to be talking about the masks that Stampin' Up sells. I've had so much fun playing with these. I think we kind of overlook them in the catalog. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that it is helpful. And if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and then hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video like this one, or I go live on YouTube. I go live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. If I can ever help you with your Stampin' Up! Supply needs, I would be honored. Just contact me below the video. If you also want to sign up for my newsletter, check out my website. All that is below the video. Let's play with some masks. You know, as you go through the Stampin' Up! Catalog, some things, if it doesn't have a pretty picture, you might just kind of keep turning the page. I am going to talk about all the ways to do the embossing with the masks. There are 3 different kinds that are available right now. So there are 2 in the annual catalog. One is called the Basic Patterns and one is Plenty of Patterns. And then in the holiday, I always call it the Holiday Mini. It's what we used to call it. The mini catalog on page 9 with the gingerbread, there is another one, and it is called the Adorning Decorative Masks. This is the one I'm playing with today. However, what I'm going to show you can be used with any of the masks. So here are 2 of them. And then here is the adorning ones. And yeah, they get a little dirty after a while, but that's what crafters do. We make a mess. So I have several samples to share with you and several different ways to use the masks. But one thing you're going to need are the palette knives. We need to have a way to, we're actually going to be using the embossing paste, the shimmery embossing paste. And you just need one of the knives. And I like this big fat one. Gets the job done quickly. So here is the shimmery white embossing paste. And it does have a foil seal. I try to leave it on there because eventually this stuff is going to dry out, especially if you live in a dry climate. Like when I lived in Arizona, I really had trouble keeping it for very long. And then I will also put this in a Ziploc bag and really suck out all that air when I'm done using it. So I just have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm just going to place that there. I'm going to place my mask over it, and I'm going to decide, how do I want my snowflakes? You know, it's like you figure out your pattern, and I think I like that. Okay. So then we're just going to get some of this paste, and we're going to spread it. And what's so fun about this is all the excess can go right back in the jar when you're done. So it's gonna last a long time. So the key is to keep that from drying out so that you can use it again and again. But you know, this really does make some quick cards. I know that I'm talking and all of that, but when you're just doing this on your own, it goes fast, and it just makes a great background for your projects. Okay, now we're just scraping, getting all that off that we can put back into the jar. See, a lot of it went right back in. Close that up. And really, really tight, okay? All right, so now we're going to lift this off. And we have this gorgeous shimmery white snowflakes, okay? We're gonna let that dry. It doesn't take very long to dry, but you do need to let it dry. So I'm just gonna kind of clean off my surface here. Got a little bit on the table. All right, let's play with some other options. What if you don't have the paste, but you love the idea of the masks to give you some good backgrounds? So I kind of played with the soft pastels, And that was kind of fun too. And of course, the word soft pastels, you get a very soft color. So I'm taking the Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to get this end out. And I could use, let's see, I think I use this one. I could use like a paper plate or something, but I'm just going to get me some of the pastels on my graph paper, my grid paper, so that I can have it right here. If you're doing a lot of these, I would recommend going ahead and putting it on like a paper plate so that you're not messing up your whole work surface with getting pastels on everything else. All right, let's see how that does. I have found a new way to store my blending brushes. I always take them to the sink and wash them, and then I'm like, what do I do with the wet ones? And so this is the toothbrush holder from the guest bathroom. I guess I'll have to replace that, but we'll just grab this one. And like I said, this is a very soft look, but I like it. And then I figured out if it was too soft, I could even add some darker with like the classic ink pads and just give it a little bit more pop in places, which is what I did on one of my samples. So I'll show that to you. But I just loved the softness. You know, sometimes when we're doing, we've got a stamp set and we're like, it needs something in the background, but we don't want the background to take away from our stamping that we have done. Let's get a little bit more. We don't want to take it away from the stamping, so this would be perfect. And you know, these things are going to last forever, these masks. So it's not like this is a consumable product that's going to, that you'll have to replace. You can find these on my store if you're looking for the different ones that I pointed out to you. But this is something that even the kiddos could play with. You know, it's just very easy to do. So I think I've got all mine done. Okay, all right, ready? Let's lift this up. And we just have a very soft background. So you can see my designs, and like I said, it's just very soft. Okay, all right, let's tidy this up. Now, what about using some of the classic inks? Again, with our blending brushes, with the sponge daubers, whatever you have handy. And I love just picking different colors in the same color family. This is from the Brats. Just picking the same colors. Let's turn this one this way this time. And here is another one of those stencils, those masks. So if you search on my website for stencil, it's not going to come up. You got to type the word mask. I don't know. I would have called it a stencil, but I guess that's what everybody else calls it. So, okay, I'm going to stick with this. This is the one I used. And I'm just going to lightly, got to hold it down, lightly do my inking. And you may find that it's even easier not to go in circles, but just like this, just brushing it on. Now we're going to change colors. Let's go with Gorgeous Grape. Just some fun colors. And they're going to start to kind of overlap. Don't worry about it. They blend so nicely and you can't really tell. So don't worry about it. You could tape this down if you feel more comfortable, but you don't have to. Just hold it. Yeah, my fingers are going to have a little ink on it, but again, that's what crafters do. We get messy. Okay, let's switch to Granny Apple Green. And Daffodil Delight. So you can see what happens if I move it. You just want to line it right back up so that I don't mess up. I'm going to go ahead and tape this down with some washi tape. And some Daffodil Delight. And finishing it off with some, let's see, is this Pink Passion? Nope, Melon Mambo. Just pretty rainbow colors. Not really rainbow because I didn't use reds, but I love bright colors, so I just grab the ones I like. Okay, let's take a peek. Look how fun. Look at all those rainbow colors. So I did get it a little crooked, but you could trim it down, which is what I did on one of my cards. I got my stencil a little crooked, or you can actually start with a bigger piece of cardstock so that in case that happens, you can shape it up. So this one is pretty much dry, okay? It doesn't take very long, like I said. So we're gonna finish this up and make a card. And then I'm gonna show you my other samples that I did using the other masks. Okay, I am using the stamp set that is called Snowflake Wishes. This has been around for a while, but I love, love, love the sentiments, especially this one. May your season sparkle. We've got the sparkle going on. Oh, that's a little crooked. Let's do that again. Okay. All right, let's add some adhesive. Bring this in. And we're going to add this to just a layer of basic white. And I'm going to go ahead and just add my adhesive here because I don't think that my paste is quite dry. And I don't want to smush my stenciling. I mean, it feels dry, but on the back it feels a little damp. So you do want to let that dry completely. So yeah, see, it's dry, but anyway. Okay, so now we're going to add even more personality with some dimensionals. And just center that. And we still need a little bit more sparkle. So we're going to pull in some rhinestones. Whoops. Flip that over. How about right there? Okay, so there is our sparkly card. All right, let me show you some more ideas that I did, my other cards that I made with the stencils. So remember this one, okay? I ended up trimming it down like I mentioned and matting it, and I like that look better. And then how about this one with the pastels? And then I did come back and add a little bit of ink to some of my pieces just to make it pop a little bit more. And then, whoops. And then I think this is my favorite. I used the shimmery paste on the real red cardstock, trimmed it down, and made it look like a package. I hope that you will take another look at those masks that Stampin' Up! Offers, because you can have a lot of fun, make some quick, easy cards that have a wow to them. I don't know. Give it a try, guys. Happy stamping, y'all.